guys, we had a little bit of technical difficulties and only have the audio recording from this week's episode. So for video watchers, there will just be still images on the screen. I'm really sorry, but we'll be back to normal next week.
Hello and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays. I'm here with Adam and Margot.
Hi.
Hello.
You guys watched anything good on streaming services lately?
Yeah, so we were just talking about how bad Amazon Prime is as a functioning streaming service.
Yeah,
by
just
far
their system.
the worst operating system. I know it's probably because it's merged with their just generally buy movies from us service. But if I go to Amazon Prime Video and just search a show, why does it not just give me the show? And why are seasons listed separately than just the show?
That's true. That one makes me upset. Yeah.
I was saying a little bit before, but Amazon Prime only exists to sell Amazon Prime, the service.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I don't know. As far as the things that are good on streaming services, I really want to watch the Heartstopper thing on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
I've
keep
heard
hearing about
such
that.
good things. Yeah, and so I think I'll probably be trying to watch that this week. I'll report back if it was worth it or not. But yeah.
I canceled my Netflix today.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair.
I was like, there's nothing to watch.
Bridgerton season 2.
Season 2.
I watched the first episode. I was like, I'm not feeling it.
It's so good.
Bestie.
So good.
You missed all of the burn.
Yeah. Really great burn. Though. Very good.
It is. Yeah. Way better than the first season. By far. Yeah.
I was thinking about streaming services. I know you guys are big HBO Max fans.
I canceled my HBO Max.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think that if I had to pick one streaming service, it would be Netflix.
Yeah.
I was just just generally thinking about what shows I watch, and Disney Plus would be hard to give up because of all the Marvel stuff. But I pretty much every single show I watch is on a Netflix show, or I don't know. Netflix doesn't really have shows that aren't Netflix shows anymore because everyone wants their own streaming service. But every single show I've watched in the past year has been Netflix show.
Yeah. I don't think I'd miss Hulu because the only thing that I truly go on Hulu for is Scrubs, and I have DVDs of Scrubs, so I could still watch Scrubs if I wanted to. So I don't think I would miss that in the slightest. Disney Plus, it's more so Star Wars for me that I would miss from it. And
but
then
what Star Wars? I guess Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi when it comes out.
Even call Boba Fett its own show. I don't know.
Yeah, right. The 2 episodes of Boba Fett that were about Boba Fett.
2.5.
And yeah, so I don't know. There's stuff in there. Also nostalgic shows that were on when I was a kid on Disney that I was allowed to watch. Kim Possible is essentially what I'm talking about.
How about documentaries?
I haven't watched many of them, but
they got Discovery Channel.
Fair. Yeah.
Oh wait, did they?
That's one of their big things.
I thought it was History Channel.
I don't know.
Because I'm just saying this because there was this whole thing with AT&T how they sold Warner Bros. Or Time Warner or whatever, which owns HBO Max to Discovery Channel. So I think Discovery is separate, and that's the history.
Never mind. They own National Geographic.
Oh, okay.
And that's what they have a lot of good documentaries on.
Fair. Yeah, HBO is I like the DC stuff, but HBO is I get it for a month at a time when I feel there's something on there that I think is worth watching. And then I'll cancel it whenever I'm not using it because it's usually 1 or 2 things, and then I'm just kind of done with it for the time being. Yeah. So Netflix is probably the most constant.
Netflix makes $1 billion original shows, and a lot of them are bad. But there's also
but some of them are bad in a really good way.
Good. And bad ones might be entertaining too.
Yeah. Love is Blind.
And I was thinking about all this other Netflix stuff because of the recent Netflix outcry.
Yeah.
I guess that A lot of people complain about Netflix for canceling shows after like 2 seasons, but they haven't done that to a single show that I've watched. So I don't know what shows that happens to.
Julie and the Phantoms. So it was only after 1 season. I talked about it on this podcast. Because it slapped. That one was one of the bad shows that was good. And the fact that it, like, the premise of it is that there's this girl and she meets a few ghost boys, but they're like real good rock band.
Wait, that was Netflix?
Yeah.
Because are you?
Yes, I am.
I don't know. Because I watched the first episode of that
on
and
Netflix.
It was extremely bad.
I will say the first episode pisses me off because she just screams for like half of it. Because she's like, oh my god, ghost. And obviously she's scared. That. And so like I don't
just the dialogue
like the
and
first
acting.
Episode. Oh, none of that gets better.
Very bad.
But she does start screaming less, and they start singing more, which is the better part. And so it becomes a very High School Musical, the series-esque show, and it slaps.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that one was a good one, and I'm really bummed that they canceled it because it ended on a cliffhanger, and now we'll never know.
I think the Netflix news is interesting because Netflix is going to be in pretty big trouble soon if like the trend keeps up.
So are they are they doing that everywhere, like the password sharing crackdown? Is that everywhere, or is that in specific countries that they're doing that?
Are they even doing it?
Because each time I've seen the reports of it, I've seen either they're thinking about doing it, which means that they're not doing it, or they're doing it in Canada.
Obviously, I'm no business expert, but Netflix was like a maximum gross company, would never gonna stop. And then all of a sudden, they started losing subscribers because there's a million streaming services and way more competition. So, and they haven't changed their business model a whole lot. So, and then investors freaked out, stock price dropped. And I think Netflix was like, hey, come back, invest in us, and we're going to do these things to get back our market share.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if they'd actually do that, because how can you crack down on password sharing?
So
it would just
the function of your service is to be able to use it on multiple devices, though.
Yeah.
So how can you crack down when I have Netflix on like 5 different devices just for me?
Right.
My family, that's like 30
devices. Like you can only register a max number of devices. You can have multiple accounts, but you can only register a max number of devices. Sort of like how like Chegg works, if you guys use Chegg.
No, that's such a STEM thing. Yeah, I've never used Chegg once.
But like one of their selling points, as with every streaming service, is that you can use it on every device you own.
Yeah. Because also it's like, oh, if I'm like going this is before like every Airbnb like had a Netflix like account on their TV kind of thing, right? But like if I'm like, oh, I'm going into an Airbnb to like have a vacation, I'll just log on to my Netflix here so that I don't have it like, because I can't bring my TV with me kind of thing. So like it just, I don't know, it's such a weird choice.
I'm just convinced it, along with other things, is just something they said to stop shareholders from freaking out.
Sure.
Because I think business people just overreact to stuff. That's like the nature of the stock market.
The thing that I don't
so they're like, hey, hold on. We're actually okay because we're going to do these things. In reality, they're probably not going to do those things.
The thing I don't think is a joke, though, is I'm sure they're going to introduce like the ad level type of thing and then hike up their other prices.
They've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah.
It's $10 for 480p, which is insane.
It's not more expensive than HBO Max, though, is it?
No, HBO Max is very expensive. Fair.
It's the same. I thought HBO Max was like a bit more.
16 for the standard for Netflix, and it's 15 for HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That does sound right, actually. I know that they also have like the $9.99 with ads thing for HBO.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I get it, you know, like I get why they're doing it, but everyone talked for years as far as all of these new streaming services coming out that it was gonna like pretty quickly just like revert back to TV and we'd have to like buy,
which it already is. You can get bundles of
isn't that only the Disney, Hulu, and ESPN one? Is that the only one that exists, or are there others?
But you can get stuff through your internet package I think.
But
I mean, because that was how you got cable. So I think it's just
Right.
already like that. Because I think that's how my family has various streaming services. It's just through our internet package that we get like 2 or 3 of them.
For AT&T on the phone, we get free HBO Max.
Mhm.
And Netflix is more expensive than HBO Max. The Netflix standard is $15.49. HBO Max is $14.99.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm just concerned for Netflix because I don't know where they go from here. Because I don't see how they can increase growth like easily. And their stock price has dipped ginormously, like unprecedented levels. They were at $600 per share at the start of the year, and now they're at $190, and that's quite a drop in just.
I just really think the stock market is so volatile, and business people are such babies about stuff that I don't know. I think it's really like this was overdue. That their stock price was not worth what it was selling for because they just don't have that market share anymore, and it was going to have a drop, and then they announced like their subscriber loss, and people were like, "Oh, we have been in too long. It's not the same massive, ever expanding company that it used to be.
Yes,
there's too many competitors now."
Normally, you would be correct because like there's like Facebook for long times has been like overvalued, and for some reason that's never dropped. Tesla is very overvalued right now, and one day that's just going to drop, and that's just going to be the end of Elon. But not really. He's going to be around forever, but like still.
He's got that diamond money from his parents.
I was gonna say, like, isn't he a trust fund?
They all are.
Of course they are. Yeah.
Like Walmart or Disney will have like a bad quarter and their stock price will drop, but those companies are fine.
Yeah, because they're backed by other things.
Exactly. Yeah. Netflix, however, they put a lot of money into their stock, and they take out a lot of that money by selling shares in order to produce stuff. And if their shares are worth less now, that's less amount of money they can put back into the company and keep operating the company.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like, there's a big issue with Apple. Apple has been, like, buying up, like, tons of actors and tons of directors.
Oh, that's right. Apple TV is a thing. I always forget.
Yes, but they've been signing, like, exclusivity things of, like, hey, if you're going to be something, you've got to only be in our stuff for a certain amount of time, meaning you can't go to these other streaming services and be in things.
That sounds illegal.
I'm sure it's not. Like,
I'm sure it's not, but it should be. Non-compete agreements, I think that should be illegal.
So,
yeah,
Netflix is like fighting a war on multiple fronts. They're trying to keep stock investors happy. They're trying to keep producing content in like a genre in which like people aren't coming to them to produce content anymore. Because I mean, it used to be like, what was that like?
Netflix will greenlight anything.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also Netflix was like the savior of shows. If it got canceled elsewhere, you'd go to Netflix and they might save it.
And now that's not really the case anymore. But
yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I don't know how they can gain back growth because also it's like they're a big company. They still have like a ton of subscribers.
I mean,
not, like
I think Netflix is gonna be fine. I think they probably won't gain growth back, but probably because they can't. There's just too many options and you're not going to grow more. But I think they could keep what they have or be happy with a little bit less because it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Netflix isn't the greatest company in the world, but I would like them to be okay because they're the biggest streaming service that isn't owned by a massive, gigantic corporation that owns a million other things. They're at least somewhat independent, even if they have their own issues.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer them to. They're like a good success story of like, hey, you don't need to be Disney to make an impact here.
Yeah.
I think the other thing too is like their model is not working of like batch release.
Well, they're changing that, right? Like,
well, I don't know. So like they've tried, they've like dipped their toes in a little bit. Like Arcane for one, I was a
Love
big
is
show.
Blind.
And part of it, Love is Blind, is like all these shows that like were talked about and like had hype around them were like ones that like slowly released. Like Anya documentary, that was a good time because they released it slowly, especially because it was like 7 hours long.
Like it seems like they're gonna keep doing that because they're doing that with Stranger Things. Like
it seems like they're moving to that model, which I think is smart. I mean, Disney's definitely shown it's very successful to do it like that.
I definitely like the Netflix one more than the Disney one of like the weekly releases. I like the they do like 3 episodes at a time and it's like a mini arc kind of thing. And like even with a shitty show like Love Is Blind, like it was like, oh, these 3 episodes are about like this stage of the experiment or whatever.
Oh,
like,
I completely forgot what are they called? The one where they can't have sex.
Oh, Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle also did not release all at once.
Okay, fair, yeah.
Stages as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I like
I don't know. I don't like weekly releases. It's too long.
Exactly.
It's fine for like these Marvel shows are like 6 episodes, but I don't know. Anything longer than that, it's too much. And I think
with them though, I kind of feel like it's not that I lose interest. It's just that it's like I'll watch one episode and then there's so much time and like other content between that and the next episode that I'm just kind of like, I kind of forget.
Yeah. You like forget about it. You're like move on to other things. You might probably watch other things and then you come back to it. Like there's something to be said about dropping multiple episodes for you to watch over the week or all at once.
And also like I think that helps build up because like with Arcane, if only the first episode had been dropped, I swear to God I wouldn't have watched the show. Like if it was like just the first episode, I don't think that would have hooked me enough. I think I needed those first 3 episodes to be like fully invested and want to come back for more. Kind of thing.
I was hooked from the start.
And that's fair, but that's not going to be true for every single show.
I think I saw the first frame of animation. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's fair. Like I was like, it is beautiful, but it's just like the first episode, I was just kind of like, I don't really like know. Like I don't like. I want to see more before I fully determine if I'm just gonna like stop or not.
And so and if you had like a whole week to think about that,
I don't know if I would
forget.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like The Mandalorian. That's how I was. I don't really care about Star Wars. So I watched like the first episode and I was like, and then I forgot about it. Boba Fett especially. Like I completely forgot about that show for like months. And then you guys talked about it enough to make me finish it.
Well, it became not Boba Fett. Yeah. What a time. I don't know.
Speaking of Elon Musk, that Twitter thing.
Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah.
We talked about this before, but I'm convinced nothing is going to happen.
I don't think
all this talk about free speech, he didn't care about free speech, and I don't think he's going to change anything.
He might do nothing. I think what like annoys me about it and like what feels just like icky or fishy about it is the whole like, remember when he like told like, wasn't it just, I forget which organization he told, but one of the world's organizations, wasn't he like showed me a plan how to like either it was climate change or homelessness. I'm butchering this, but it was like
I just saw a post about this.
Yeah, it's like End World Hunger.
I don't know.
It was
there it
the World
is.
Health Organization.
Thank you.
And they presented with the plan, and he's like, "I don't see it. What are you talking about? I don't see this plan."
And that's like the thing is, he was like, "If you give me a plan, I will fund it." And he like made this whole promise, and he's like, "Guys, I'm so rich that I can do that. Like, you don't even understand." And then they were like, okay, bet. And they gave him a plan. And then he just didn't do it because he didn't want to. And that's fine. And that's his own right. It's his money kind of thing. But, okay, well, he's the one who can claim the money. But, like, it's just, like, I don't know. It feels gross to me that he, like, can do a power play to, like, own Twitter for whatever reason, even if nothing changes. And it's just to say that he does. Like... it just feels weird and gross.
The greater problem of people shouldn't be this rich.
No. God, no.
It's also funny because he's not a very smart man. Like, when this all started...
He's an idiot.
Like, he wanted to buy in, but he bought too much, so he didn't have, like... Or he had too much of the company that he couldn't sit on the board.
Yeah.
So then he was sort of stuck with, well, I guess I gotta buy the entire company now.
Right. So, admittedly... up until like a few years ago, I like people had said the name Elon Musk, right? And I like just didn't know that much about him because I don't care that much about like cars or the business or tech world kind of thing. Like just he wasn't a person I would have known much about. And so like I remember the huge rhetoric being that he was like a genius and he's like this really smart, talented man who was like so smart you just don't understand how smart he is.
I was thinking about how much the general like aura vibes of Elon Musk has changed in the last like 4 years. Like, yeah, like
he's a joke now.
He really is. I mean, he especially could have his social media presence. But yeah, that's all I heard about him was, oh, this dude's really smart.
Yeah.
Founded SpaceX and Tesla and really like innovative new companies that push the boundaries of technology, and that was like the narrative.
But to be fair, just because you found something doesn't mean that you necessarily understand the science behind it.
I mean, allegedly, he is a good engineer.
Sure.
Apparently. I don't know. But now, from social media, and that he's not as much of a part of those things taken off without him. I mean, he might still control them somewhat, but people just don't look at him. I mean, he's got his like hardcore fans, but...
Oh, and they're creepy.
Yeah, like any weird celebrity.
Absolutely.
But... Yeah. I don't know. He just doesn't have that image anymore.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting is he's just not a very good like leader / manager. Like whenever, because he owns a ton of stuff, and whenever he gets like really into something, whatever he's like really into, like just is very bad. I remember reading an article about Mark Zuckerberg, because this is sort of similar, of which Facebook employees called Zuckerberg the Eye of Sauron, because he just like peers into one thing. And whatever he peers at, it just, like, goes bad.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And it's, like, these guys literally just need to, like, be like, hey, keep up the great work. And that's it.
Yeah.
You don't need to be, like, micromanaging.
Business people to run your business.
Right.
I can foresee Elon owning Twitter, and, like, there'll be some, like, minor changes. Maybe an edit button gets added.
Sure.
But he's going to get frustrated because Twitter doesn't really make money.
Mm-hmm.
The like updates are going to be slow, and he's just going to move on to the next thing, and then just own this thing that he doesn't really care about anymore.
Right.
And he'll buy something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The richest man in the world.
It's odd, and it's also just like, I don't know. I think also it's weird because a lot of people are really worried about like being fired now from Twitter.
I think he did say he's cutting staff.
That's...
I just saw something about that.
Really messed up?
Yeah. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But I thought I saw just a headline that said he was going to try to make Twitter more profitable by cutting costs by firing workers.
I hate that. Like...
Pretty bad.
I don't know. Yeah.
The thing is, Twitter keeps trying to innovate, and it doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Like... the main button, like the center button should be like the main thing. On Instagram it used to be like posting. Now it's reels. Like they want to promote like reels as like their main thing.
Get out of here, Instagram.
Now Twitter's main thing is spaces.
Spaces?
Like,
oh yeah, wait, I did hear about this and it sounded dumb.
Earlier, yeah. So it's like anyone can host a room that they can talk about something. They can have speakers. You can invite other people to speak. But otherwise, it's just you're just sitting there listening to people talk.
Yeah.
And it was like
old internet chat rooms, kind of.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
That sounds interesting. I would never use it.
It just sounds so
interesting
silly.
Concept.
Yeah.
But it's not popular. The top one only has 800 people. Role of data analysts in various industries.
Okay.
That's neat.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's just not a profitable business. I don't know what he's really gonna do.
Alright, well, if we could only keep one social media, even if it was Twitter, which I don't know if it will be, which one would we keep?
Twitter.
You would keep Twitter if you could only keep one social media?
Yeah.
I don't think... Why?
Not really... Yeah, what do you like?
Isn't everyone only just angry on Twitter?
Yeah. It's great.
Oh, man.
It does seem weirdly
Facebook,
entertaining.
No. Instagram, no. What else is there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook people are really angry on. Instagram people are really insecure on. I think the right answer is either Snapchat or TikTok.
We've had this debate. Snapchat is not a social media.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
You can be social on it.
That does not make it a social media.
But it's so peaceful there.
Because it's a texting service. And a bad one.
A great one.
All right. Anyways, TikTok's the best. Even if it leads me bad content, I just want to see this Johnny Depp trial, and no matter what I do, it will not show me videos of this Johnny Depp trial.
Why wouldn't you just? I do them on YouTube, and I just watch through the trial.
I keep getting them in my YouTube recommended.
Like so it's televised, so people can watch it, and so every single moment of the trial is on YouTube, not like people's weird edits or anything.
But I want to see weird edits. I don't.
Then you know who you should go to?
Reels. I don't want to.
You know who you should go to? Bose versus the World. Boze. Is Bose. She's entirely biased towards Johnny Depp, as someone should be. But
I feel like who cares? Your bias towards Johnny Depp is just saying you're right.
Right. It's just saying I listen to the facts. Right. Like
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But she's really, really good because like her general content focuses a lot on either like Karens or narcissists and like abuse cases. And so that's everything Amber Heard is. And so it's a very, very like good coverage of it, because she also will like go into specific things about it that like are fun. So yeah, there you go. That's a highlight one. But anyway,
just get my 30-second close up off TikTok from my girlfriend. TikTok won't show them to me.
Well, do the lesbians really care?
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely. The only
Clearly
things I've
they don't,
seen,
though.
No, the only things I've seen are them simping over the psychologist that was one of the witnesses.
Oh.
She is one, to be fair. So what we're going to be doing is just a little game where I'm going to give like groups of things, and we're going to keep only one, which is the opposite of like there was this game going around on social media that I don't think many people noticed other than me. But
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was basically like get rid of one kind of thing. And so I remember it was big with like Halloween candies. That was like the big moment that I saw it, was like if you had Snickers, Kit Kat, Twix, and like another popular candy bar, it was like, which one are you getting rid of kind of thing. I agree. Or Twix. I don't like I love Kit Kats though.
Yeah, Kit Kat's great.
Right. And so that question made me think about this game, or like this version of the game, because I was like, I would get rid of everything other than Kit Kats, because Kit Kats are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing.
And if this is a PSA, if you open your Kit Kat wrapper and you do not break apart the two bars before you then consume them, you are a maniac and you deserve to be in jail.
But then you get more Kit Kat that way.
No.
That's true. It's more Kit Kat per bite if you bite both Kit Kats at once.
You're doing it wrong. And you don't get the satisfying snap.
Okay.
Part of the Kit Kat is the experience. You need to really live for the Kit Kat, and without that snap, are you really experiencing what it means to eat a Kit Kat?
Note that I am a Kit Kat fan, but this is some bullshit that only Kit Kat fans and like York Peppermint Patty fans do, where they're like, the first bite, like it just it has some sort of auditory experience.
It's like that Ratatouille moment.
Right. So goofy. Oh my god.
I'm completely joking. Kit Kats are okay. Well, Kit Kats are good.
Yes, they are. Wafers in general.
Yeah, wafers in general.
They're slap. Anyway, it's the Scooby-Doo gang.
Which one to keep?
Which one are we keeping?
Scooby.
Is there one that we're like, get rid of them also? We'll just play both games.
They're all pretty good.
I'm going to say Scooby.
For keeping?
Yeah.
Fair. I do think he's very fun.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
He's a talking dog. He like, always finds whoever like the ghost or thing is.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And he always is like there when they like find the evidence.
Fair. I think I'm keeping Velma for
Velma as well.
The sheer pleasure of Jinkies, my glasses. Like just beautiful. I think I'd get rid of Fred Because
What
he's
are
really
Fred
boring.
and Daphne doing?
Ugh, God, will they, won't they? Could they not? Those are the questions. I don't know. I think he's the most boring. Like, Daphne at least, like, has some sort of backstory.
Did you watch Mystery Incorporated?
So everything that I consumed of Scooby-Doo was when I was nannying some kids because I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid.
You're allowed to watch Scooby-Doo?
No.
Really?
I wasn't allowed to watch Scooby-Doo or like SpongeBob or like any of the.
Well, yeah,
Adam, you were a PBS kid.
I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob either, but I could watch Scooby-Doo.
No, I couldn't watch it. But
wait, what was the reason for no Scooby-Doo?
I think it was the same idea of like, that'll melt your brain kind of thing. Of like,
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Strange. Okay.
Sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to expose you.
Yeah.
But
what's going on, Margo's mom? No Scooby-Doo? It's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so the first experience I had of Scooby-Doo was when I was much too old to enjoy it. And I think a lot of shows like that, you do need some element of nostalgia to really thoroughly like. So everything I know about Scooby-Doo is through like half watching, half like not caring. Yeah. Except for the live action ones. Because those are so camp.
I think I've seen like all the old Scooby-Doo. So like,
yeah, me too.
When I was younger, we had like, I think it was like DirecTV.
Okay.
One of them, and like you can like, it would have like a library of stuff. So I watched like all the old Scooby-Doos, and those are pretty good, except they're very copy and paste.
Oh sure.
And also for some reason,
like the 70s. So.
For some reason, like the DirecTV ones, it had like annotations and stuff. Like, did you ever watch like some of the avatars that were like annotations, but like behind the episode stuff?
No.
I know
Nickelodeon
of that
used to do
existing
that,
on
yeah.
on like DVDs of things. I didn't know they did that like during the show.
During the show, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
I would like that a lot.
So there was like that in Scooby-Doo, and I remember there being like a funny one where it's like, oh, Fred's head is backwards in the scene because the animators forgot to animate his body.
That is funny.
But I've seen those, and I watched all the like old '90s movies. Did you guys ever watch Zombie Island? That's a good one.
Of course, a classic. One. Yeah.
You guys
I do like
Witches.
Witches,
yeah.
yes.
The Hex Girls, yeah.
Have you guys ever seen
Cyber
Chase?
Yes.
I don't know if I've seen.
I've seen them all.
That one's weird
I love
because
Scooby-Doo.
it's not like a guy; it's just a glitch in the computer system.
Isn't it like a programmer though in the end that made the glitch?
Oh, maybe.
The glitch.
I don't remember enough about Cyber Chase.
Fair.
The movies got wacky around that time.
The Cyber Chase one, they do like a multiverse thing because there's like older
That's cool.
Scooby-Doo and like different versions of Scooby-Doo in it.
I remember like loving the Hex Girls though. Like I do think that was just like very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also Solve It Squad, Tin Can Bros, shout out, hilarious. Yeah. Alrighty. Next one. Type of pasta.
What are our options?
Just
any. Just pick
yeah,
one
like which
pasta
one are
to
we
keep?
keeping? Yeah.
Ooh.
Or what's like the first one you would so willingly get rid of? And then we'll go to one to keep because I feel like that's the easy way to do it.
I don't know what I would immediately get rid of. Maybe spaghetti?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just the hardest to eat. Like, you either, maybe I'm just an idiot, which is probably true, but you either cut it up and then it's harder to get like good clumps of it, or you don't, and then there's too big of clumps.
Right, with the twirling.
Yeah.
Do you twirl against a spoon or do you just twirl with the fork?
Just with the fork.
Okay.
I'm
Fair.
sure better with the spoon.
It helps. Interesting. I like fettuccine a lot though. Like I think that's one of the best pastas. Because it's just thick spaghetti.
It's true.
Yeah.
I can only think of fettuccine Alfredo. You would get rid of cavatappi.
Wait, I love cavatappi, and it's specifically because of Alpha, which used to like the place that used to be on campus.
Oh.
They had like a really good pesto pasta that used cavatappi.
I like penne. I would go
do like
with penne over cauliflower.
Yeah, I was gonna say penne or rotini are like universal.
Sure. I guess we just like can't get rid of any.
There's just I'm just thinking like there's so many pastas, and they're all good.
Yeah, I think the first one that I would get rid of, and understand that this does not mean that I don't like it. It's just that if I have to pick one to get rid of, it would be probably angel hair.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because it is so little, and I feel like it gets so starchy. Somehow compared to other pastas, I feel like it's more starchy. So, and I still enjoy it, and I will still eat my fair share of angel hair pasta. But
yeah,
I like tortellini.
Love tortellini.
I think elbow.
I feel like I'm just making you hungry now.
Is good, but only with mac and cheese.
Which one?
Like the elbow pasta.
Yeah.
Those are like.
It is definitely best suited for mac and cheese.
It's great for mac and cheese. I feel like it is good in also just like baked pasta dishes in general.
I think it's
like
really good.
Yeah.
If you combine it with like a soupy kind of pasta.
Yeah. Ooh, it's great in soup.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hungry now. I ate pasta like 4 hours ago, and
oh my god.
I'm not hungry.
Alrighty, farm animals. Which one are we keeping above all others?
Sheep.
I was thinking goats.
I'm leaning cows. I think they're so cute. Like, they're big, and then also you can just, like, nuzzle them on their little heads, and they act like dogs when you do that, and it's so cute. Though they have creepy tongues. Yeah, cows and giraffes both have, like, really long tongues that shouldn't exist.
I think goats are really cute. When I was a kid, I don't know, not even when I was a kid, whenever I have family up in Michigan, whenever we go to Michigan, we usually go to this petting farm, and they have a lot of animals there, but the like main animal is just a bunch of goats, and they're so friendly because they get fed every single day by all with treats.
Yeah,
but they're so friendly and they're so cute and they're smart too. So.
Yeah,
and they have like a jungle gym almost for them to climb around on.
That's adorable.
Yeah, very cute.
Oh my god. I do like that a lot. I like horses a lot. I'm by no means a horse girl, but I think they're very cute. Yeah, they kind of scare me though. Very big. One did try to eat me one time. Didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been horseback riding a couple times, and my horses have not been totally on board with the whole thing they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. The only time I was just like bending over to pick up food for the horse, and they like tried to bite like the shirt on my back instead, because they just like wanted food, and I was like, bestie, that's not how we do that. But yeah, they're cute though. Very smart. Days of the week.
Thursday. Get rid of it.
Oh, get rid of Thursdays. Okay.
Oh wait, are we keeping like which one we like?
Yeah, let's do both.
Oh, Fridays. Love Fridays.
Keep Fridays? Okay. I feel like Saturdays are better than Fridays, because Saturdays you have the whole day, whereas Friday you have like half the day.
I think Fridays are great for most people because it's like last day of the week for work, or maybe you work 4 days a week and Friday's like your first day off, start of the weekend.
I have a day preference.
You don't?
I don't know. I've been in school for so long.
You seem like a Tuesdays type of guy.
A rainy Tuesdays type of guy.
I think I'm offended. Tuesdays and Thursdays are just so plain. Nothing exciting about Tuesdays or Thursdays. Like, really, you look at Tuesday and you're like, this is a terrible day. Nothing exciting happens.
I get excited when a new podcast episode comes out.
I love it when it rains on Tuesdays. I don't like Sundays.
Because I think it's Sunday scaries.
Yeah, I recently learned that term.
I learned that term recently as well.
Yeah, we're hip.
I'm learning this term now. What does it mean?
The Sunday scaries is when you get like nervous for Monday.
But you're
oh, the weekend's almost over.
Yeah.
Now we have to go back to work.
Bummer, folks. Like, we were having such a good time.
It's a very silly term.
Yeah.
It is a very silly term.
It sounds much more like intimidating than what it is. Like,
yeah, I don't think I've ever experienced that of like, oh no, The weekend's over. The fun ends.
I
Back
do
to
think
dreadful, boring week.
I do think I've somewhat had that, like, where it's been like, oh, this was a really good weekend. I'm like bummed that it's like over now, kind of thing. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I think
for me, it's less about like the weekend and like what I did that weekend. Like, oh, I went to an
Yeah.
event and like the Ren Fair, and that was super
Right.
fun, and I wish I could still be there. But back to work.
I think that's fair. I think the reason I don't like Sundays is because they always feel like a little bit more slow. So like I feel like if I'm doing stuff on a Sunday, I don't mind it at all. But if it's like just vibing, it's like that's the worst day to just vibe because there's not that much to do.
Mhm.
Shout out to Adam on this one. Greek gods.
Oh,
I like Poseidon.
Poseidon? Okay. I like Artemis a lot.
yeah, Artemis is. I was thinking
She's
Artemis as well.
She's good.
Artemis or Athena, maybe.
Well, owl.
The problem with the gods is I know good about mythology, and the gods are all awful.
Yeah, they're
They
pretty
all
bad.
do terrible things. So I'll be like, this god, and I'll be like, oh no, they did this.
Which
Yeah.
one's the coolest though?
Artemis.
I think Artemis. I can't think of like a thing that Artemis did wrong necessarily. I'm sure she like murdered someone because she was jealous or something. I don't know. The gods all do that.
Classic.
But if like morality or like how good they are didn't matter, which one would you say is the coolest? Still Artemis?
I like just the idea of bow and arrow a lot.
Okay. You're a big
Sorry.
Hawkeye fan.
No.
Yeah.
I am a big Jeremy Renner fan, though. His music slaps.
Are you the Jeremy Renner app?
I am not, but boy, do I wish I was sometimes.
Does that still exist?
I don't
I
think
hope
so.
not.
I thought that shit down.
Yeah.
But wasn't it just like a picture of him every day? Like,
Yeah.
wasn't it just an
The
app where you
fact
got a
it
picture
existed
of him?
at all is
Yeah.
baffling.
I like
Like
the
nothing screams to me like, you know what? I like Jeremy Renner so much. I want to download and participate in an app devoted entirely to him. Like I've seen other apps with similar concepts. Like there's a
Yeah.
Taylor Swift one. I'm like,
Mhm.
I get it. Like people like Taylor Swift a lot, but Jeremy Renner?
I think the thing is like I would just love the confidence of him to like be a side character in a Marvel movie that people didn't talk about a ton and then say, you know what? I'm gonna do everything now and like own an app, become a rock star, like just be this huge celebrity. And like nobody knew he like had rock music at all. And to be clear, it does slap. Like it's good. But it's just like why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's funny going back to Elon is there was jokes on Twitter that's like, Elon, you bought Twitter, you could have bought the Jeremy Renner app.
A much better
Equivalent purchase.
investment.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Then it could have been pictures of Elon with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. Just him
Oh
photoshopping
my
himself
God,
in.
yeah.
The two of them standing on a rocket.
Oh, that'd be really funny.
That would be great. Oh my god. That's his next investment. I just know it. He's
I'm
gonna bring it
imagining
back.
like Tumblr, like like what do they call those? Like photo spreads or collages
Yeah.
of like romantic pictures with like filters and hearts and around everything, but
The little cursive written over
extremely
it.
badly photoshopped Elon Musk into like Jeremy Renner photos.
I have a friend who like has a private story where she just like shit posts all the time kind of thing, right? And it like half the time it's like Hunger Games posts like that. And it's very funny to me. Yeah. No. I think that's fair though. Poseidon is really cool though, I will say.
God of the sea.
Yeah.
2/3 of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Alrighty. Are there any that were like I wish Greek mythology just didn't include this person?
Well, the easy answer is Zeus.
But he feeds so much drama. Like
That's
he's
true.
so necessary for so many stories that I don't want to get rid of him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are there any like
I don't know.
gods with,
Hera's
like,
not great
specific
either.
powers? Yeah.
Fair.
What do you say, Ron?
Are there any like Greek gods with like super specific powers? That's like, what's the point?
I know Apollo does like the whole sun thing, but isn't he also just like a worse Artemis?
No, Apollo's the god of music.
Helios is the god of the sun.
He's the one that goes in the little chariot?
Apollo does it too. They got conflated.
I feel less wrong now.
Mythology merges over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real fuzzy. Helios, everyone does everything.
Then Apollo took over because it was Helios and I want to say Diana, but I could be wrong about that, for the moon, and then Artemis and Apollo took over those positions. But Apollo, yeah, music, disease, medicine.
Not the best. Medicine's good. Disease is less good.
You know, the good and the bad. What are you gonna do
when
you're a god?
Yeah, hand in hand, for sure. Okay. How about popular like movie franchises of our lifetimes? So including like Harry Potter, like Marvel. Star Wars, Marvel. I'm gonna throw Lord of the Rings in there just cause I guess Hobbit movies were real big for a while. I had so many people talking about the Hobbit movies, which made me so mad because I didn't like them.
The second one's not bad.
So the first one was awful.
I watched all 3 Hobbit movies,
yeah,
and I thought they were fine. They were fine.
To be fair, I saw the first 2. I saw the first one in theaters. I saw the second one way after it was in theaters, and then I just didn't bother with the third one because they're
definitely not as good as the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings movies,
but like, they're fine. I don't know. Maybe I have not read the Lord of the Rings books, and I read The Hobbit actually probably like 2 or maybe even 3 times.
Yeah,
because it's super short.
It is. Like, yeah.
I don't know. I thought they were fun. They had the big CGI battles. What more do you want?
Yeah.
It's like that World of Warcraft movie. Like, is this good? No, but it's fun.
Oh man, but yeah, like which franchise are we like? Which ones are we like? That's the one to keep out of
keeping Marvel.
Keeping Marvel.
I know I'm a very big Harry Potter fan, but the movies are not as good as the books. So
I agree. Like, I feel like if we could get rid of a movie franchise, I'd be fine with getting rid of the Harry Potter ones. Yeah. There were some iconic moments, but
yeah, I mean the movies are definitely good, but I don't think they're like incredible.
Yeah, not as iconic as everything else. Somehow, some way, Palpatine returned. Yeah. I think I'd keep Star Wars. It's just too fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Well, those are the favorite ones I had. So what were you guys' breeds?
I actually have one this time.
Oh my god.
Shocking.
Ladies and gentlemen. We're professional.
This happened to me. I told to my girlfriend, and then I was like, this is a great story for the podcast. I have not had one of these in months.
Beautiful.
Okay, so it's pretty short, but I
doesn't matter.
I had an internship this semester. Just had my last day. So the way my internship is set up, because it's with the Iowa Supreme Court, so there's some like a security system. So in the side door that I went in, there was the side door where you had to punch in a code and scan your ID to get in. Then you got into a little interior space, and there was a second door that you also had to punch in a code and scan your ID to get past the second door.
Classic.
Then you got to the stairwell or elevator, depending on which one you took. You had to scan your ID again to get onto the floor that you wanted to be on. So 3 levels. I had my last day. I turned in my ID, strolled confidently out the door, out that second door, and then to leave, you also have to scan your ID to avoid triggering the alarm because it's like the side door. So I strolled right through that second door into this airlock space and then looked at the ID scanner, was like, I don't have my ID anymore because I turned it in. Went back, the door behind me closed. And I was like, well, I'm now stuck. I can't go back because I need my ID and I don't have it. And I can't go forward because I need my ID and I don't have it. So I was trapped.
How'd you get out?
Some person showed up not too long after. I texted my supervisor being like, I'm trapped, help.
Yeah.
But before she was able to respond, some other person just happened upon. And he was very confused as to what I was doing standing in this airlock space.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Also, just the way you were telling like the step-by-step of getting inside, I thought when you got to the stairwell it was going to be like there's a troll with 3 riddles that you have to like get the right answer to each day.
There were 2 brothers. One always lied, one always told the truth.
Right.
The answer is time for most of them.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's beautiful though. That is straight out of a sitcom.
Yeah, it really
I can just
was.
see you like John Travolting. Like, oh my god.
That like instant realization that I had upon seeing the like ID scanner to get out and then the door shutting behind me instantly, I was like, great.
Fair. I had a good one this week. I have been like applying to a few different like freelance writing jobs, and I like got one, and
cool.
have a few published articles now.
Nice.
On
Awesome.
yeah, it's been a whole thing. It was like very quick.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Very fast.
Yeah, it's kind of Cosmo-y, if you ask me, which is fine. It's nothing like hard hitting, but it was good. It was fun. So I was excited. Yeah, I did a true crime one that I was like, the boys would like this.
Interesting.
Yeah. How about you, Ryan?
So our lobby, we decorate our lobby with all sorts of floor decorations to make it look nice.
Yeah.
On Monday, I think it was.
Okay.
One of the days.
Yeah.
They like came in and painted, and they just took everything down and then just threw it all away.
That's so mean.
Yeah. But our lobby looks so bad like right now. Like they painted it like this like cream color, and it just doesn't look very good. Because now like the walls look more yellow.
Oh god.
And,
they
like,
were
they
already
painted-
pretty yellow.
Yeah, and the walls used to be green, and now they're brown. Then they look like poop.
That sounds bad.
You should send us pictures because like we all lived there and now I'm like curious. But man, that sounds not fun.
Yeah. It's very interesting. But like they've just like slowly been doing it, and it was like, oh, you guys didn't know about this? Yeah, we're doing this. But I guess the bright side is I didn't have to take down the decorations, so that made it easy.
That's true. Saved you a step.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love a bright side.
Exactly.
Well, alrighty. Pick and choose things. Hopefully Netflix, sticks around, but also keeps making like better things. They renewed Jurassic Park animated series for 5th season, so clearly they're doing something right. And have a safe Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.